Tyga is known for his smooth, confident delivery and crispy vocal tone. His voice sits perfectly in the mix, blending clarity, warmth and punch. Beyond his performance, a key part of his sound comes from the way his vocals are processed. Today we are breaking down Tyga's vocal production from EQ and compression to effects and techniques that give his voice that professional polished feel. And we're gonna build a Tyga style vocal chain using only Waves plugins based on the exact processing techniques shared by his mix engineer Samantha Henry. There is a lot to cover here and these techniques will help you shape your own vocal mix, so sit back and let's dive into Tyga's vocal chain. Tyga's vocals have a controlled low end, a smooth top end, and a balanced mid-range that helps them sit perfectly in a beat without sounding too thin or too harsh. We will break down each part of his vocal processing and replicate it using Waves plugins. In this video, we're gonna go over how to make your vocals sit in a mix like Tyga's and how to build a vocal chain inspired by his sound. So if you want to build this sound, make sure you stick around till the end. Now, to make this video as accurate as possible, we researched the techniques and plugins used for Tyga's vocal chain. In fact, we looked into his actual plugin chain and the exact techniques and tools used to mix his vocals. This plugin chain isn't linked to a specific album or song, it's a general setup that Samantha uses to mix Tyga's vocal. Before we get into the plugin chain, there are some important details we need to understand about Tyga's vocal production. Sam mixes in Pro Tools, but since we are working in Logic Pro, for this video we will be using Wave Studioverse to replicate his vocal chain so you can use it in any DAW. To confirm the workflow, we looked at an interview where Sam, Tyga's mix engineer, detailed the exact process and plugins used for Tyga. Now, Tyga's vocals are clean, but they have a particular fullness and crisp, which means EQ, compression and effects are key. But before we add effects, we need to set up the core processing chain. Tyga has a strong presence in the mix, cutting through the beats without being harsh. The challenge here is achieving extreme clarity while keeping the vocals smooth and full. With all this info, I picked up a vocal take that more or less fits Tyga's style. The song we are mixing is called Fetish by Jimmy B Fearless. I'm only using Waves plugins to emulate the process, but you can use plugins from any developer with similar characteristics. Here is our vocal.
Don't mention that on the phone. Black tie gala, bougie and ratchet. Wife got a 9 and I got a 9. We love matching.
We have a clean vocal take with a bit of texture, making it perfect for this chain. The BPM is set to match the track. Before we get into the plugin chain Sam uses on Tyga, I'd like to show you the actual recording chain they use. They record Tyga with the Sony C800G, which is perhaps the most popular mic in this genre among the biggest artists. However, it has a bright, airy sound. Information we definitely want to keep in mind. The mic goes into the Neve 1081 preamp.
Vocal chain of Tyga.
C800, Neve 1081.
This is a stellar preamp, however, most mainstream artists use the 1073. In fact, there are many 1073 plugin emulations on the market, but for the 1081, well, there is an emulation that I know very well, and it's none other than the Waves VEQ4. This colors the signal to have warmer tone, but normally at this point, the signal also has some unwanted low frequencies. By thoroughly cutting lows, we reduce the dynamic range, however, it doesn't offer enough control over the signal. For this, Sam mentioned that they use the LA2A compressor right after the Neve when recording Tyga.
Neve 1081, LA2A compressor.
She didn't mention settings, but normally pro engineers use these hardware devices for subtle control during recording, and they also add certain color to the signal. To emulate that, we are using the CLA2A.
On the phone, black tie gala, bougie and ratchet. Wife got a 9 and I got a 9. We love matching, see your natural.
Now let's get into the plugin chain itself. An interesting thing about Tyga's vocals is that in some of the songs they are originally a little out of tune. This is quite controversial, but it triggers the auto-tune to correct the pitch, creating that melodic tuned vibe. We also know the settings that Sam uses on Tyga.
Low male, 20 retune speed, sometimes 15, no humanize, classic.
To emulate this process, I'm using the Waves tune real time.
Gift the gap, gave me a chance, spend my advance, out for friends, bust a move, the money dance, no socials, to back the console.
At this point, the signal is optimized for recording, meaning that we don't run into clipping, and it also has a light color that we introduced, but it's far from being optimal for the song. The first thing I notice on Tyga is that the vocal sounds very clean, but our vocal sounds muddy and murky. To clean up the vocals, Sam uses the Pro Q3.
Auto-tune. Pro Q3.
I have the Waves F6 here, essentially doing the same thing. To have the murky sound removed, I'm cutting more lows and attenuating the mid-range.
Killed in action, sold a zip. I shot a rashes, now a mansion. Can't imagine, I'm so up. Can't stop laughing, hate bragging. Addicted to fashion, another habit. Can't stop stacking.
Now we have removed most of the disturbing nuances from the vocal, but we still have dynamic issues. To gain more control over the dynamics, Sam uses the R-Comp. We have the same plugin here, however it doesn't address the harshness that might occur, especially since the C800 has a brightness, as we noted earlier, which can also accentuate sharpness in the vocal. For that, they use a de-esser.
Distraction, bro, a soldier, killed in action, sold a zip. I shot a rashes, now a mansion. Can't imagine, I'm so up, can't stop laughing.
Now the vocal is less harsh and we have more control, but it can be slightly smoother. Sam uses an analog style compressor, the CLA76. We have the exact plugin here with the moderate gain reduction.
Don't mention that on the phone. Black Tyga, bougie and ratchet. I've got a 9 and I got a 9.
Okay, we have a basic frame following Samantha's method, but we are still missing some depth and width. To put the vocal in an optimal space, Sam uses the Valhalla vintage verb. In some songs it's a bit more subtle, in some it's a bit larger. I use the reverb to model the Valhalla, but the other tool she uses in parallel is delay. Here is what that aux looks like.
Quarter note delay, the metaflanger, and air reverb.
We've got the H delay set to a quarter note, followed by the metaflanger, as Samantha does. Then she uses the air reverb, which is a Pro Tools stock plugin. To sub that, I'm using the true verb.
Watch your tone, wrong volume, you gon' be bones and a hit. What makes you want? Don't mention that on the phone. Black Tyga, bougie and ratchet. I've got a 9 and I got a 9. We love matching, see your natural, no fake lashes. If that's you, I ain't bashing, ain't about counting. It's a distraction, bro, a soldier, killed in action, sold a zip. I shot a rashes, now a mansion. Can't imagine, I'm so up.
We are pretty close to getting the full Tyga vocal chain, however, something is missing. The vocal can be slightly wider and fuller. Here is Samantha's secret sauce.
And then a doubler with the center taken out.
We have the doubler with the center taken out as she uses it. I'm personally using these settings too. This gives us an extra fullness. However, with this we need to be careful as we can introduce phase issues damaging all the hard work we've done.
Soldier, killed in action, sold a zip. I shot a rashes, now a mansion. Can't imagine, I'm so up, can't stop laughing, hate bragging, addicted to fashion, another half.
Now the vocal chain is almost complete, however, to get a similar vibe, you might need to tweak it a little. I've done something truly unique with this preset that you might like. Most of us record at home without $1 million setup, so I've created these macro knobs that let you easily tailor this vocal chain to your own vocals, so you can get that Tyga vibe on your records. I play the song now and show you the power of these settings, but if you like this vocal chain, the link is in the description, and it's also part of the updated hip hop package, currently still discounted, but not for long. Click the link in the description to get the deal. Now let's hear what this vocal chain can do on a home recorded vocal.
Sun 10, watch your tone, wrong volume, you gon' be gones and a hit. What makes you want? Don't mention that on the phone. Black Tyga, bougie and ratchet. I've got a 9 and I got a 9. We love matching, see your natural, no fake lashes. If that's you, I ain't bashing, ain't about counting. It's a distraction, bro, a soldier, killed in action, sold a zip. I saw the rashes, now a mansion. Can't imagine, I'm so up, can't stop laughing, hate bragging, addicted to fashion, another habit, can't stop stacking. He a hater, why would I care? Cooking in the kitchen, working at Bell. I was born short, God ain't fair. Gift the gap, gave me a chance, spend my advance, out for friends, bust a move.